So this blog is a recent project that I've started, and it's my weekly update on running a handcrafted jewelry business. Why am I doing this? I'm not 100% sure what my goal is right now. I think I'm looking for a little community. I've been enjoying some of the connection in the past few years, working closely with other artists, trying to capture some of that in-person magic on a YouTube channel. I want to try to keep these videos at like 5 minutes or under. I just want to kind of go over what I'm working on this week, what my challenges are, if there's anything exciting happening. You can share some of your weekly happenings in the comments and let me know what you really want to hear about. I think what you might find the most interesting and probably what's some of the most poignant information right now are my numbers from last year, because these numbers are going to guide me on making decisions with where I put my time this year, which is like one of the hardest decisions, right? I'm never short on ideas, but which ones do you pick? Which ones do you put the time and money and resources behind? This is just like pure top line amounts. I'm not like, this is not adjusted at all. My business usually pulls in. Last year it was like in the low 90K. So I was down this year by about 3K. So I was up into the high 80s. My retail sales, they were down 10% at in-person shows, but they were up a few percentages in my online sales. So that was interesting. My return customer rate is up by 64%, which may be the statistic I'm the most proud of. That's pretty exciting. My best show was the Rio Grande Balloon Fiesta, and my worst show was the Litchfield Park Art and Wine Festival. I do see a lot of people on Instagram and YouTube talking numbers with their business, but something that I never see anyone mention is like debt. I have some debt from a previous life, from previous decisions, from previous things happening, and I'm working on paying that off while trying to balance it with not living too stringent of a lifestyle. So I paid off another $3,000 on that debt this year. I think those are the most interesting numbers, and let me just move forward slightly to something I do every year. I come up with like a phrase or a word that really helps me kind of like focus, helping me make decisions throughout the year. Like, is this in alignment with my main goal? Last year, it was easy confidence. I just wanted to remind myself that like, why not me? I've been doing this a while. And this year it is decisive action. I pulled a little bit from the year of the horse. You know, the year of the snake last year was us coiling, getting ready. Year of the horse, taking action, making things happen. Again, I have a habit of having a million ideas and just kind of letting them sit there on the back burner. Some of like the main things I'm really working on right now this past week has been deciding what shows I'm applying to for at least the first half of the year. That's always like a really tough decision. Of course, you never know if you're going to get in the shows that you're applying to, so you have to over apply and make a bunch of different possible schedules and trying to figure all that out. My favorite thing that I'm doing is, this is usually a time that I have for a little bit more play, a little bit more like education. So there's been some things I wanted to learn, like the wax buildup method, to do some casting of actual pieces. I want to learn flush setting, and I want to learn some specific type of prong settings. I have purchased a few classes and I am working through them. So I've been trying to use my new skills and working on rings, which was also something that I said I was really going to focus on at the beginning half of the year. I really just started making rings last year. They've been a big hit and I never have enough, so I'm trying to just get a huge stock of them, but I'm also going to be putting them on Instagram as I make them if anyone's interested. One last thing, along with like talking about shows, I want to elevate some of the pieces that I've been using to apply for shows. I elevated my booth photo last year, and now I really want to work on elevating the product photos. And so I'm actually making some specific pieces that I want to have photographed as the product pieces that I use to apply to most shows. It's a lot, right? I mean, and the year just started. So if you're a jewelry artist or a handmade business, let me know what you guys are working on, and subscribe if you want more honest behind the scenes look at a handmade business. Also, my ebook on doing your first festival is still 50% off, so I'm going to link that in the show notes. Thanks guys, I'll see you next week.